Welcome, this is Amhara Media Corporation and you are watching our Tuesday update live from Bahar Dar, Ethiopia, and I am Fikrati Sabru. Stay with us. The United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres confers with Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Affairs Minister of Ethiopia, Damaqa Makonnen. According to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, on the occasion, the two sides discussed about the internal situation in Ethiopia, particularly in Tigray region. The Secretary General reiterated his call for steps towards peace and noted the need for the further facilitation of humanitarian access. Regarding the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, the Secretary General underlined the importance of resuming dialogue in a spirit of compromise. He also reaffirmed the United Nations support for the African Union's mediation efforts. Foreign tourists advise that Ethiopia needs to promote itself more to the rest of the world to efficiently exploit its untapped potential of tourism sector. Let's get more from the report. Masqal is a Christian holiday in the Ethiopian Orthodox Church that commemorates the finding of the true cross by Empress Eleni in the 4th century. Masqal occurs on the 17th of Muharram in Ethiopia, which was yesterday. The festival was celebrated by Orthodox Christians starting from Sunday with various religious and cultural activities across the nation. Ethiopian Orthodox Church followers colorfully celebrated Amhara, the annual bonfire lighting ceremony on the eve of Masqal to commemorate the finding of the true cross on which Jesus Christ was crucified. Hundreds of thousands of residents of the capital, including foreign tourists, have attended the festival held on Sunday in the capital Addis Ababa. On the occasion, some tourists approached by the Ethiopian news agency said that they are impressed by the joy among Ethiopians and rich traditions of the nation demonstrated in the festival. The tourists described Amhara as an amazing and colorful event that demonstrated the religious and cultural heritage of Ethiopia. John Hunter from the U.S. New York City said the world needs to know Ethiopia's potential of tourist attractions like this one. He had traveled across Ethiopia and visited various parts of the country, including ancient town of Gondar.
We've seen some incredible scenery, incredible landscapes, beautiful cities and villages and towns. And we've also visited many sites that are of interest to tourists that are heritage sites, UNESCO heritage sites. And it's very important, of course, that this country preserve those sites.
Since some tourist sites were damaged during the Second World War, he said, adding that efforts must be done by the pertinent body to restore this ancient historical heritage. The American tourist has recommended that Ethiopians need to appreciate and be proud of their remarkable heritage and give the appropriate attention to preserve them well. A Nigerian tourist, Ekichi Uko, on his part said that for most of people across the world, Ethiopia is a mystery. There are many who don't know about this ancient and amazing country. According to him, the country should intensify efforts to promote the tourism sector of Ethiopia to the rest of the world so as to help others know the country better, which is important in many aspects of national development. In his regard, he added, big festivals such as Masqal will help others to know about the culture, history and religion heritage of the country. He said that this is very rich culture and something that I recommend people to come and see Ethiopia.
For me, as an African, Ethiopians are the country that has held the African tradition for a very long time. It has not been diluted by European culture. It is still a true African tradition as it has always been for hundreds of years. So Ethiopia is an opportunity for Africa to come together and rediscover our past.
Alukomen Oswa is from Nigeria, who visited Ethiopia for 3 times, and she said Ethiopia is a big destination with potential tourism market to the outside world, not just in Africa, but to Europe, Asian countries, and even to Americans.
Ethiopian Airlines is doing so much to promote Ethiopian as a country and Africa, the Africa continent in general. So I think such activities will definitely bring together a lot of people if we do more in promoting such festivals. I can see around not just Ethiopians, I can see people from Europe, I can see people from other parts of Africa and even beyond. So we can have more people come for such celebrations if we do a lot of promotion.
Some research documents indicate that Ethiopia is one of the few countries highly endowed with natural and historical tourism resources. However, large parts of Ethiopia's tourism resources are not yet being visited by tourists as they should be. The prominent Ethiopian filmmaker and writer Theodros Tashome lambasted some Western powers, including the US, for sympathizing with terrorist TPLF and being indifferent to understand the reality in Ethiopia. We have Brahan Workana for the report.
The artist, who is also known for initiating the revival modern Ethiopian film industry, briefed to officials of the European Union about the existing political reality in Ethiopia, true nature of TPLF and its heinous activities to create anarchy to dismantle the unity of the country. In his webinar discussion, Theodros told European Union International Aid Cooperation Officer Isabel Huber and team leader for the Horn Africa, Mark Stallmans, about TPLF's 3 decades of divisive political ideology in Ethiopia. The giant filmmaker underlined these Western powers have fallen victim to TPLF propaganda or are lying ground for violation of Ethiopia's sovereignty.
It looks like the American government and the European Union are biased and are sympathizing with the TPLF forces who have been declared terrorists by the Ethiopian parliament.
Noting that the terrorist TPLF unleashed attack on the northern command of the Ethiopian National Defense Force in the dark of November 4, 2020. However, he said the Ethiopian National Defense Force retaliated and took over the weapons, saying that it has won the war at the battlefront, but it is defeated with the diplomatic war.
Ethiopian National Defense Force has won the war at the battlefront, but it is defeated with the diplomatic war and the propaganda.
Theodros told the European Union representatives the reason why the Western power have positioned in favor of TPLF, it is because of diplomacy in the developed world relies on money, lobbyists, connection and nepotism.
Diplomacy in the developed world is all about money, lobbyists, connection and nepotism. The TPLF leaders have done their job well by assigning their members and supporters like Dr. Tedros Adhanom of WHO so that they disseminate their fabricated information when the day comes.
He also urged that whether organization or country not to be manipulated by the false narrative of the terrorist TPLF and stop favoring this group.
We Ethiopians are sad to hear that well-respected organizations like the European Union can easily be manipulated by baseless and misleading informations of the TPLF. But I tell you now that helping the TPLF means destabilizing the Horn of Africa.
Theodros briefed the representatives that the terrorist TPLF, the only political group in Ethiopian history that has destabilized and plundered its own country for 27 years.
This is Amhara Media Corporation and you are watching our Tuesday update live from Bahar Dar, Ethiopia. Stay tuned. The world-renowned Ethiopian athlete Haile Gebrselassie has called on all Ethiopians to strengthen unity and stand alongside with the newly elected and soon-to-be sworn government. We have Yayu Malesa for the detail.
Haile told Ethiopian news agency that the new government should be filled with competent leaders that have leadership qualities. Praising the turnout of voters last June, Haile said the 6th general election was conducted peacefully and in a manner which showed the commitment of Ethiopians to transform their country. As the ruling Prosperity Party was declared winner of the election by the National Electoral Board of Ethiopia, it is going to form a government in early October 2021. According to Haile, the new government has a responsibility in transforming the country into a better developed nation in every front. However, transforming Ethiopia cannot be left to one party, he noted, adding that Ethiopians have to strengthen unity and work hard to transform the nation. The athlete stressed that the government on its part has to bring to the fore capable, honest and devoted leaders ready to serve the people at all levels. There are countries which want to see a united and developed Ethiopia, while there are also some foreign forces that do not want to see a prosperous Ethiopia. But Haile added that Ethiopians are the ones who can defend their sovereignty and ensure development, not foreign forces, and the nation has already started its journey to prosperity.
Indonesia's Ambassador Basnur said that Ethiopia and Indonesia have the same commitment towards international issues with a spirit of togetherness. We have Brahan Workana for the detail.
In an exclusive interview with Ethiopian news agency, Indonesian ambassador to Ethiopia, Albasar Basnur said Ethiopia and Indonesia have enjoyed very good bilateral relations in all sectors. He said that two nations have very close relations, same commitment towards international issues with the spirit of togetherness, especially against colonialism. According to him, economic cooperation between the two countries is significantly increasing. There are 5 Indonesian companies in Ethiopia in areas of garment, instant noodles and detergent products, Ambassador Basnu said, adding that there are actually many other companies in Indonesia asking me about the possibility of investing more in Ethiopia in various sectors.
Our two nations are very close. We have same views, we have the same commitment for the international issues, especially to against the colonialism. So if I may tell you, the focus of our bilateral relations today is in economy, right? The cooperation on economy between our two countries increased annually, significantly.
According to the ambassador, before the COVID-19 pandemic, 4 companies from Indonesia came to Ethiopia and met high officials to seek the possibility of investment opportunities in food processing, pharmaceuticals and garment, among others. There are also demands for Ethiopian goods. Indonesia currently imports cotton, leather, spices and coffee from Ethiopia. The main imports of Ethiopia from Indonesia are dominated by soap and detergent, palm oil and its derivatives, paper, yarn, electronic devices, margarine and furniture products, among others.
And if we talk about the trading, for instance, export and import from Ethiopia and also from Indonesia, or vice versa, so there are a lot of inquiries, there are a lot of demands from Indonesia importing Ethiopian goods, especially if I may say that the main product from Ethiopia, seeking by Indonesian businessmen, namely coffee and also vegetables and some other. And I'm very happy to see this kind of development about the trading.
On the other hand, the socio-cultural relations between Indonesia and Ethiopia is growing. He stated that Indonesia's position is to support what the Ethiopian government has been doing so far to solve the problem.
Indonesian positions is the support the what Ethiopian government has been doing so far to solve the problems. We also invite, we believe that the Ethiopian government will solve the problems amicably.
Diplomatic relations between the two countries officially started in 1961.
And finally, the Federal Jobs Creation Commission and Agency for Refugees and Returnees Affairs have signed Memorandum of Understanding to include people of concern in labor market. Let's get more from the report. The Memorandum of Understanding signed by Job Creation Commissioner Nigusu Tilahun and Agency for Refugees and Returnees Affairs Director General Tasfahun Gobeze is aimed at establishing strategic partnership and express mutual commitment in deities to include refugees, returnees, and hosting communities. The agreement includes duties for the Commission to include refugees and returnees in the job creation initiatives. It also helps create a strategic partnership in planning, executing, and monitoring the socio-economic interaction of hosting communities with refugees and returnees. The Memorandum of Understanding is expected to enhance mutual interaction at a strategic level between the Commission and the agency. Job Creation Commissioner Nigusu said during the occasion that the Commission is working in collaboration with various governmental and non-governmental organizations to facilitate a conducive environment for job market in Ethiopia, indicating that today's Memorandum of Understanding is part of this collaboration. He added that the agreement would help enhance the participation of all actors in the creation of jobs in the labor market. Agency for Refugees and Returnees Affairs Director General Tasfahun, for his part, said that several pertinent bodies have been making efforts to create jobs for refugees and returnees. He stated the Memorandum of Understanding signed with Federal Job Creation Commission today will consolidate the ongoing efforts. Ethiopia has more than 900,000 refugees and about 500,000 returnees who returned home in the past 4 years alone, mostly from the Middle East countries. This is all we got for today. I am Fikrati Zodu and you were watching our Tuesday update live from Bahar Dar, Ethiopia from Amhara Media Corporation. Goodbye and have a nice time.